Hey everybody.
Hi guys. Well, today we're doing the video all about our new liftgate.
All about liftgate, yeah.
I guess we should start out by talking about why we decided to get a liftgate.
The reason we got a liftgate was because we believe it will pay for itself within a certain amount of time frame, a year or so at least. It's not that it's going to make us more money. It's just going to give us more opportunities to get more loads. Different types of loads, in certain areas where
it may be hard to get out of. Having a liftgate will open up more opportunities for loads. If y'all watch our vlogs, a few vlogs ago, we were in New Mexico and there was a liftgate load we could have got right out, but we didn't have a liftgate.
Right.
That would have been an instance where we could have got out, which in turn does make us more money because it keeps us rolling.
Right. I made a bunch of calls around. We called a bunch of places, getting prices and stuff. We were originally mindset on a Waco. The cheapest place I found was for $9,600 at a place in Columbus, Ohio called Capital City Trailer. Now, when we got there, he pitched, because we asked about the automatic jack stands,
because they were going to have to move our landing gear anyway to put the liftgate on.
So he pitched us the idea of the Palfinger. And we got the model number that we got.
It's a ILT 40, and it has the integrated jack stands in it.
Yeah.
The lifting capacity is 4,000 pounds. The platform length is 62 inches. That's folded out. The width is 86 inches, and the approximate weight of the liftgate is 1,200 pounds.
Now that weight doesn't include the landing gear, because the landing gear wasn't typically something that comes on this liftgate. It's something that Capital City Trailer worked out with Palfinger to create for the Expeditor trucks.
Which is awesome.
Right. Landing gear isn't always required on most of these trucks.
Yeah.
And Expediting it is. Capital City came up with this plan and worked with Palfinger to make it happen. So when we got there, they had one, and I didn't know much about the brand, but I liked the idea and the concept, so I trusted his judgment that it was a good liftgate. So that's the one we went with.
Now the total cost for the liftgate and installation, it cost us $11,844 out the door.
Big chunk of change.
It's a big chunk of change, but we feel it's worth it. They were already going to have to move the jack stands. That we had to move our toolboxes. Yeah. It's an investment in our business. That's the way we look at it. We were already going to be spending $9,500 on a liftgate without landing gear, and probably end up spending a little more for them having to move the existing jack stands and toolboxes. Right.
With the 1,200 pounds, I'm guesstimating on the landing gear maybe another 100 pounds, so 1,300 pounds. This has dropped our carrying capacity down to about 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, before we were comfortable about 6,500.
Yeah.
But now we're about 5,000.
Right at about 5,000 pounds, which it might sound small, but our average loads, if you guys watch our vlog videos, we're carrying a lot of lightweight stuff. So weight is not so much an issue. So we're not so much concerned about adding a tag axle anytime soon. Rarely do we have loads that are 5,000 pounds. So for us, it makes sense. Now, it's not going to make sense for everybody, because dropping your carrying capacity down to 5,000 pounds, if your company doesn't do a lot of liftgate loads, then you're not going to make the return. So there has to be a demand for it. Not all companies are going to have a lot of liftgate loads. You have to figure out what's best for you. This seems like what was going to work best for us. So.
And Jason's put a lot of research into that. It's not just something we pulled off the top of our head.
Oh, let's go buy a liftgate.
No, I mean, he's talked to a lot of drivers at Landstar. We've talked to a lot of people that drive for Landstar.
People with liftgates.
They've all said it's paid for itself within the first year.
Yeah.
So we feel like it's a really good choice for us.
Yeah.
Another thing we want to talk about that we've been getting questions on is, will we be able to lock into docks now with this liftgate?
Yeah. We don't know 100%, but most likely no. But a majority of our loads don't require that. Now, and that's where a liftgate can hurt you. If you run a lot of automotive freight, that's what your company does a lot of, a liftgate would hurt you. That would just be not a good investment. It didn't make sense. When we were with Panther for so many years, we ran 4 years with Panther with no liftgate and did just fine because we did a lot of automotive. Well, over here at Landstar, we do all kinds of different stuff. It's not just automotive. Now, we may cut out the automotive freight, but I think we're opening the door to so many other types of loads that it's going to make up for itself. So, no, I don't think we can lock into a dock plate or into they can lock us in. At Capital City, he had mentioned they had tried and damaged the bumper a couple times, so
that's something we're going to have to watch out for, I think, too, when we do get to docks that have locks. Without locking in, most of the time they're not going to drive a forklift into the box. To remedy that, we can pallet jack the freight to the back. Most of our freight is lightweight. It's usually always on the back anyway. So I don't think it's going to be a really big issue, but of course we'll let you know as we encounter it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll encounter it. We'll just have them drop the pallets on the back and we'll move it into position with the pallet jack. So well, let's go check it out.
Let's go. Hey guys, well, after a quick shower and costume change, we're back and ready to show you how the liftgate and jack stands work. The first thing we have to do before we can operate the liftgate is turn the power on. And the way we do that, they've put a little switch here on the dash. So this is to operate the liftgate. We have to turn it on. Once it's on, there's a red light that lets you know that there's power to the liftgate. So let's go check it out. So the first thing I want to show you is something that you all know that I am super excited about, and that is the hydraulic jack stands. Let me show you where they are. They're right down here. You can see this black cylinder. That is the new jack stands. They're quite a bit smaller than the old landing gear, but they still work and are just as effective. To operate the liftgate and the jack stands, you'll see there's two switches. This one here is for the liftgate operation. This is for the jack stands. Now, in order to operate them, it's just a little toggle switch here that we're gonna use to operate them. All right, this is so much easier and so much quicker than the old ones. So let me show you how they work. In order for them to start going down, I'm gonna move the toggle switch towards me and they start to lower. We're gonna let them go until they hit the ground. There we go. Let off of the switch. Now, if you noticed, one side hit the ground before the other. That's probably because the ground is a little unlevel. So of course you want to make sure both of them touch the ground before you let off on the toggle switch. Super easy, right? Oh my gosh, that's gonna save us from cranking that dang jack stands up and down every time we do a delivery. One thing that I don't really like about this is they put the switch on the curb side. Now, I did inquire about why the switches were on this side. The liftgate switch is for safety reasons. Say you're having to do a load out on the street. We've done a load before in Times Square. There was no dock. We had to unload right on the street. So they want you to be able to use this on the curb side, not on the traffic side. So that's the reasoning for that. As far as the jack stand switch though, I really wish it was on the driver's side because of course that's the side you're chalking your wheels on and you're getting in and out of when you're docking. When we picked the truck up, they didn't have it ready. It was almost 6 o'clock in the evening when we picked it up. So we weren't really gonna inquire about them moving it. Jason thinks that he may be able to move that switch, so we may try that. If it doesn't work, we may just stop in there whenever we're through there again to see if they can move that for us. So let's go ahead and put the legs up. Same thing, we're just going to use the toggle switch, push it away from us, and as you see, the jack stands start lifting. And we're just going to let them go all the way up until they get to the stopping point. Boom! Quick and easy. Let's talk about the liftgate now. I showed you one way you can control it is with the toggle switch. They've also provided us with a remote control, which is here. What this is used for is so you can actually operate the liftgate if you're inside the box, because you can't really get to that switch if you're inside of the box, right? So where this goes, if you look here on this side, there's a little receptacle. This just slips right in there. Now you can power the liftgate with the remote. So let's come around, look at the liftgate here. One question I want to answer that a lot of people have been asking is, are we going to be able to lock into a dock now that we have the liftgate? Most likely, no, we probably won't, just because where the bumper is, it's recessed back, and most hooks don't go out that far to be able to lock in. Also, if you look on the bumper, this is now our bumper. So if you see there's some cutouts on each side, that is to enable the liftgate to come up and down. One thing Jason is thinking we might be able to do about locking into docks is, if you look, you can see on each side there's these holes right here. Both sides have them. So there may be something that we can get to connect there that would allow them to lock onto the truck into a dock. We'll let you know what we find out, or as we use it and see how much of a problem that is, if we'll have to do anything about it. First of all, I'm going to show you how we now get up into the box of the truck, because we don't have a step here anymore since we don't have that big bumper. So I'm going to just use the controller here and lower the liftgate a little bit. So the black side is down on the controller. We're going to lower the liftgate down. All right, so as you see, I didn't lower it all the way down. That's going to enable us to step up on the liftgate to be able to get inside the box. Jason is actually going to show you how to get up in the box. See, he just steps right up on the liftgate and up into the box. How easy was that? All right.
Easy. It's a bigger step than it was before, but not bad.
So this is how we get down. Boom, easy as that. Let's go ahead and put the liftgate all the way down. So we're gonna just push the button again. We're gonna let it go all the way down until it hits the ground. As soon as it hits the ground, we let off of the button. Now to open it, we're just gonna pull it towards us. Ugh. It has a spring, and it's a pretty sturdy spring. So once you have it opened, the first part, there's a little canvas strap here, and we're gonna pull that towards us. Boom, there it is, all the way open. Now if you can see, there's some space under here, so you're not gonna be rolling pallets up on there. We need to get that down a little bit. So in order to do that, we just push the down button again till it hits the ground. Now you can roll a pallet jack on it or dollies, whatever you need to do. To get the liftgate up, we're just gonna push the white button, and that's gonna raise our liftgate. And you're just gonna go until it stops at the back plate there. That's it. It's really simple and easy to do. So let me show you how we lower it and we store it back away. So we're gonna go down with the black button. All right, now we're gonna fold it back up. We have to fold the outside plate up first. So we're gonna grab our little loop, fold that in. There's also a little screw here. You can see that. We want to hook this to that so that that doesn't get in the way of anything. Now if you see, there's these big black springs right here, one on each side. That makes it easier when you're just lifting it up. All you basically have to do is lift it up, and it's kind of like a self-closing drawer. Oh, that's it. That's all you gotta do. Quick and easy, right? So let's finish lifting it all the way back up. So white is our up position. And as you see, it's just gonna fold itself right back up. Go until it hits. Boom. That's it. It's so simple and easy. We're really excited to give this a try for the first time. We actually got our first load that we're gonna be using it on. coming up. Another cool thing about this that we didn't have on our last bumper is these bumper stops. These things are thick and solid. Our last bumper just had a single hollow one on each side, and they were already getting messed up and cracked. So these are going to be a lot better. Also, now we have LED lights on the back, which we didn't have before, and they are super bright. There's those, and on the license plate light, it is now an LED light as well. So now that we're done, we're gonna go ahead and remove this remote control, which is super easy. All we have to do is lift up on this little thing here, pull it out. That's it. And we are keeping this in one of our little side boxes on this side, so if we need it, we can just grab it out real quick and use it. That is the gist of the liftgate, guys. It's super easy. I hope it helped to answer any of y'all's questions. We want to thank everybody who has commented about the Palfinger brand. It makes us feel a lot better about our choice since we really didn't know a lot about it. A lot of you have said it's a really big name overseas and that they make really good products. So, of course, we'll update you as we use it and let you know more info as we learn about it. If you have any questions that we didn't answer here, leave them down in the comments and we'll be happy to answer those for you. Thank you guys as always for watching and subscribing, and until our next video, peace, love, and expediting.